if I ask you to list 3 key challenges that Chinmay Vishwavidyapeeth faces right now, which can be turned into or which already are opportunities. I mean, it depends on how you look at them. Do you look at them as challenges or as opportunities? What would they be?
I would say first challenge. I think some of these things are very complex items, so there are a lot of sub topics there. But I'm going to try to summarize it in 3 points. I would say first challenge is that what is IKS? There's a lot of descriptions of it. If you just Google, you get a lot of different views. So we need to articulate our own definition of IKS and articulate it. You have to define and articulate it. That's very important. That way, that will make it easier for people faculty to say, okay, I'm doing IKS research, and students to know that they're learning IKS in a fairly, interesting and consistent way across the board. Because IKS examples have to be developed and so on. So you have things to talk about. That's one challenge. Because there is such a variety of definitions. And in that challenge is also hidden is to talk to people from outside the university about IKS and need for IKS research and so on. So that is not easy, because it is, if everybody knew IKS research is needed, then there will be hundreds of universities like this. So you are the ones who are thinking that is needed. That means it is not a popular idea at all yet. So it's our job to make it well known. So that is one. Second is that university has to be viable, right? This is a private university run with private funding and fundraising and so on. That is very challenging. University is a very expensive project. It's not very not easy to raise that kind of money. Buildings are needed. We are going to a very brand new campus in a year in Onakor, and that's almost like a 40+ acre piece of land that we need to develop and make it ready in a year. These things take a lot of investment, but we cannot do that unless we have a model that actually brings in enough revenue to make it self-sustaining, at least in a reasonably near future. So that is very challenging to come up with a model, that everybody is bought into and keeping going on. That is the second challenge. And the third challenge is that part of our requirement is that in 2022, we will have to go through NAAC accreditation.
Okay.
And so we have an immediate goal to make sure that we are doing what is needed to be accredited by NAAC.
Okay.
So that is an expectation for us. Okay. That is, as far as we are thinking of this as a requirement. Okay. And so get everyone organized to make sure that we have our all our accomplishment properly documented. And so this is a very labor-intensive process, and even a best of circumstances, even for a university that has been around for 30, 40 years, when NAAC comes, they set aside 2 to 3 years just to get ready for NAAC accreditation, and we are in infancy.
Yeah.
So that is the third challenge. I would think these are our 3 major challenges, and these are not single items. As you can see, underneath is a whole host of things that we should be doing to meet those challenges.
I'll come to the last question. Generally, the impression that is being given in mostly in the media or whatever about Indian knowledge system is there are 2 extreme views. It's either, oh, we knew everything, or to the other extreme, oh, you didn't know anything, all that you think you knew was superstition. So how do you build this truly scientific, quantifiable, appealing to the modern mind, quote unquote, the packaging of Indian knowledge systems? We had a lot, we still have a lot in a continual tradition. So how is it to be rightly presented? And how does Chinmaya Mission, which has this unique selling proposition of combining Indian knowledge system with contemporary knowledge systems, how do you plan to do that?
Yeah, I think this is it's a question I think beyond my I'm beyond my ability to answer. I have to be very honest with you. I think this is
It's a big question.
Yeah,
actually.
it's making me go way beyond my comfort zone, I think. But I'm going to attempt to answer it. Let me answer it in a example.
Okay.
A few years ago, I read a paper because I had a master's student who was doing some project, and in that context, I read this paper, and I think the title of the paper is "How Many Words Did Shakespeare Knew?" And written by a very well-known statistician, perhaps one of the best statisticians of 20th century. His name is Brad Efron. He was the author of the paper. And so it talks about, this is an interesting problem. Immediately it's a very,
Yeah, and it
attention
appeals to-
grabbing, right?
yeah, and it appeals to common people
right.
as well, yeah.
Common people as well. How many words? No. So what is the challenge? Well, challenge is that, of course you can count all the words he wrote.
But that's not the same thing as how many words do you know?
Yes. He may have known many words that he didn't write.
Yeah.
So now you have to estimate the words that he knew but didn't write. It actually leads to some interesting statistics, theoretical statistics, and so on. And we were my student was interested in a similar problem in a different context. He was in emergency health sciences actually.
Okay.
So it turned out to be problem is, but if there are audience here who are statisticians, it's a problem with the truncated data. I don't have data on zeros. So it leads to some interesting mathematics and statistics, and quite a few papers written on it and so on. So I was thinking about that. Said, it's similar. How many words did Shankara know? Adi Shankara know?
Yeah.
And I started thinking, and then I think if I ask any traditionalist, the answer will be infinity. Right?
Yeah.
That is an undeniable answer.
Yeah.
But I think that answer kind of falls on that thing saying infinity, don't ask me anymore. But that's not a modern answer. Right? So we need to really devise a methodology so people will realize the difficulty in estimating it, and in the process learn how much he knew.
Yeah, how
So we
much
need to-
closer you can get to infinity.
How much
Yeah.
closer you can get to
Yeah.
infinity. We need to give that experience to people. So that I think is a tremendous IKS project. Thinking about it, you can get undergraduates involved by making them read and count. And we can have the linguistics department here involved in proper way of counting. You have two words and put them together. Should we call the new word a new word, or should we just count it as done,
Compound.
etc.? So there are some lot of rules that we have to put together to properly count this. You have to tell the undergraduates how to count who do not know grammar, right? So these things are very challenging research questions. And then you might say, I'm a statistician. There are so many works of Shankara. I may want to devise a sampling strategy. Viveka Chudamani itself has 700 some verses. So I may just sample a certain number of 20 verses and count and try to scale it up to the whole, like that. Or I can do it by books. So I can assign one class Viveka Chudamani, another class Bhajagovindam, like that. You see how the IKS is getting propagated in the process of doing this project. And lot of modern science, I have to do text mining. I may not be able to count all of it. I may have to look up some things that are already transliterated and run a text mining software. So I need somebody to write some code. You see how it is bringing everybody one project, right? Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking. I think that we need to actually have couple of such projects, or signature projects, that demonstrates. May not be this one. This may not be even undoable, possibly, because I'm not an expert in. I know the stat portion. But we need to have some signature projects like that to say, and give the experience to people of the value of applying modern technology to IKS. And just saying I know is not sufficient sometimes. It's sufficient for me. But if I want to communicate with you, we need a little bit more. If you ask me a year from now, this interview may sound quite different.
We should have this interview a year from now as well and see how much has changed. And
Okay.
But thank you so much for
Thank you.
taking out the time to talk to me, and this is very exciting. And I wish you and Chinmay Vishwavidyapit all the best, and I hope that all that you want for this institution becomes a reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.